Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube! DanJo, the Mysterious here, and welcome to episode 10 of MaGMML3. I just got done with that cave level, so we should be going down this ladder and see where it leads. Huh. Looks like I missed one. Underwater combat robot. Pump Man. Failure. In addition to sinking like a rock in water and being completely inept at swimming, the bubble shield designed for it is, well, useless. As sure as I'll destroy that blue pipsqueak this time this year, I swear I'll never resort to using a robot like this. Why does that sound familiar? Anyway, 168th place is Psycho Facility by Sharker the Shark, with 26.6 points. 17, 13, 35, 33, 35. Alrighty. 2 energy elements and 2 trickster tokens. Are we gonna have split paths like the last one? Well, the last... second to last, you get. Also, pro tip. Always check left. You never know if you'll find some hidden secret. Okay then. Oh. Haven't seen you before. Are you fan-made by any chance? Or are you from a certain Mega Man game officially made by Capcom? I don't know. I have no idea what those can-like items do. Not sure what the point of them is. Oh, hello, Purple Sniper Joe? I'm sure you have a different name, like Machine Gun Joe or something. And I also recognize that familiar music from anywhere. Forcefully despawn that unique met. Good to know. Oh. I thought that was a platform. You fooled me once, but you will not fool me again. It could get confusing which is a platform and which isn't. Oh. They don't even damage me. But they do give me slippery controls. Good to know. Right. I'm going to have to avoid them regardless. Whether they damage me or not. Okay then. Just had to wait. Alright, time to deal with you again. I have not seen a bat enemy like that either. I recognize you, though. Okay, you know what to do. Excuse me? An invisible platform over the spikes. Really? Man. Fooled again! This is quite a confusing level in some parts. On the one hand, you have what was thought to be platforms, only you go through them and die to the spikes. On the other hand, good to know that they're lasers. On the other hand, you have what you thought was supposed to have you use Rush Coil to protect yourself from the spikes, only for it to be an invisible platform over there. Make it make sense, damn it! Down we go. I do recognize that mechanic. There are a lot of mets in this level. Oh. How dare you! Okay, you go off screen. Sure, why not? Oh, thank goodness for health pickup. Okay. Must have forgot to, get rid of the collision tile for it. Right. Hello? Devil-like boss? Aren't you supposed to be like some, Aren't you supposed to be like that devil boss from the Wonder Swan Mega Man game? I could be wrong. Okay then. These things don't damage me. Or at least I think they don't. But they do prevent me from, jumping. Of course I had to get rid of it as quickly as possible. Oh, okay. So, they do damage me. Good to know that. Alright, so let's do this. I missed you by an inch. I gotta learn to aim. Oh. I thought I hit you there. Are you invincible when you do a certain animation? Might have. I gotta hit that thing when its eye is fully open. There we go. That's one energy element down. I wonder where the other energy element and trickster token are. Time to look around. This is quite the aesthetic for platforms and such. This is certainly a level. I'm sure the other path leads to a bolt enjoyer. Okay. I'm sure there's another energy element and trickster token somewhere. I wonder. Is there anything over there? I know those lasers don't instantly kill me. That's why I had to check. And I don't... Wait. There's an invisible platform as I transition? What? Hold on. What about up here? Nope. Okay. Sunny turret! Thanks for that! If there's anything over there. You know how unpredictable these tier 1 levels can be by now? Have to check everywhere. Gotta check every nook and cranny for these secrets and required collectibles like energy elements. Also, once again, an invisible wall. Nothing here either. I can really cheese his boss no problem. Boss. Not this time. Oh. Get that out, will you? Of course, son. Out of magnet beam energy. I also have to make sure there are no invisible ladders. Because tier 1 levels just love to do that for some reason. Nothing here either. I forgot about you. Yeah, that'll take care of you. Running low on magnet beam energy again. There we go. This one just looks weird. And out of place. I am confused as hell. Not only do I have to find another trickster token hidden somewhere, but Spark Chaser doesn't work here. I also have to find the hidden energy element as well. Which also could be in the same... Which also could be in the same hidden path as the trickster token. Well, looks like I have to take you on the old-fashioned way. Well, that missed. That didn't. Right. Is there anything that will help me look for it? Because once again, I am lost. Oh well. Actually, no. Let me try and find them on my own one more time. Surely there has to be something. Nothing on the left after all. There's gotta be something I'm missing. Is there anything that signifies a hidden path? Because I am desperate to look for one. Really? Those things do absolutely nothing but get themselves destroyed, huh? I thought something would happen. Okay, that led me nowhere. I doubt it's over there. Did you just freeze in place as I was hitting you with a laser trident? Alrighty then. Oh. Well then. That was a mistake. So far, I got nothing. mean, the trickster token is no longer there, so... Oh, that's real nice. Where could it be? Where would the hidden path with the energy element and trickster token be? Nothing here either. Sure it's not in the next area? Or the next room? I swear something is fishy. Maybe ice wall can work, yeah. Ice wall can work in my favor, I think. Okay then. Just hope I don't die by it. Oh, and of course I go back here. Okay. I'm not even sure if there's anything over there. But it looks like it might be. I really don't get it. I know. Okay. Of course I couldn't make it out in time. That looked like it could be a hidden path, yet at the same time it feels so demanding to do. Come on. Jeez Louise. What? I'm sorry? What's going on? I mean, I've gone through that tunnel. But it led to this? What is up with this level? Ay. Now, can I get back up there? I can. Looks like it. I guess there's nothing over there after all. That's a shame. I could have sworn that's where the hidden room is. If it's not there, then where is it? Uh, Good to know that there isn't a... Of course there's an invisible ladder! Who could have thought? SpongeBob Cave Eaten Alive Bulborb. I recognize that cursed looking SpongeBob, but don't know exactly the name of that source. Sorry. Why? For once, I have absolutely no idea what to say about this. To be blunt, it's really, really boring. It's a bunch of enemies in really simple locations, with the odd gimmick here and there that makes things slightly more than basic. It has some unusual enemy choices, such as Shield Guard and the Cone Limited, but for the most part, this is really just there. Well, there's one aspect to complain about. What even was the purpose behind that second element? This really isn't a level that warrants a second visit, and having to do so again just to find a random, basically unlocked ladder was vexing. That's the only part of the stage that's truly memorable, though. Oh look, a Dead Cells PNG. Whoa, that was certainly something. I love how Shinryu's doing the same thing. In all honesty, there's not much to talk about here, at least when it comes to enemy placement and level layout. Barring one particular moment, it's a rather short stage with basic enemy configurations alone, a mostly linear path. There are a couple notable parts along the way, however, such as the first token. While I appreciate that an intentional death isn't required just to get it, it also begs the question as to why there's just a random patch of invincible floor over the spike pit. This isn't the only spot with terrain problems, however. There's two spots before the boss doors where you can stand on thin air along with a midway checkpoint respawning you inside the floor. And then there's the second token and energy element. For those of you that don't like spoilers and want to try to find them on your own, feel free to look away from the next block of text in this review. I guarantee, however, that you're not going to find them unless 1. You already know where they are, or 2. You have the map and or radar upgrades unlocked. Just why? Why exactly are these hidden in such an obscure way? There's absolutely no indication that there's a ladder beneath a metal poton, unless maybe, and this is really stretching it, the ladder is supposed to be lined up with the tube that comes out of said mini-boss. I'm just taking a wild guess here. Even if that were the case, however, it would still be an incredibly obtuse hint. Yeah, real obtuse. La facility psycho facility psych. Whole aesthetics keep switching around per room. Is that the psycho part of this ye old facility? This level is a whole mishmash of random gimmicks, enemies, and misaligned collisions, feeling like the stage is just kinda thrown out there without much care or thought put into it. If you need even more evidence on how unpolished this stage is, the respawn point is embedded into the ground. Truly the level of all time. Now, how about we top this all off with a funny secret ladder into the last token and element, along with the funny memory imagery. Next! Level names are very important to me. They help set player expectations and may hint at the amount of care and effort expended by the designers. In fact, 2 whole points of my design score are devoted to how well the name matches the level. Cycle implies wheeled vehicles, or perhaps something cyclical, such as seasons. Facility suggests a location with a specific function. I originally pegged this level as a place of inscrutable purpose that cycles through unrelated tilesets and enemies, recycling the same uninspired configurations ad nauseam. But as soon as I wrote that sentence, it occurred to me that maybe this is a recycling facility. MaGMML3 contestants, we need to have a talk about naming recycling-themed levels. So let's assume there's actually a theme here. I see junkyard tiles, vaguely industrial tiles, which don't match at all, junk-spewing enemies, and enemies that dispense discarded balls and metals. Yeah, it's a recycling facility. I don't know how Bubbles and the Goo Golem figure into it, or why we detour for a single screen into some other level involving lasers. I'll leave those questions to the philosophers. The numerous design flaws are textbook examples of what happens when someone still learning how to use the dev kit doesn't get other people to playtest their level. Some highlights include egregious problems with collision, section, and checkpoint objects, a completely skippable mini-boss that creates a deadly problem if completely skipped, and an unsightly secret room with delusions of being an acceptable place to stash half the level's key collectibles. Still, the level is playable and not overly long or difficult. The music is good. Background graphics, when they decide to show up, add some character. Part of me wonders whether this was submitted merely to see how the judges would react, but I'm hopeful this was an honest attempt gone awry. This feels like several levels thrown into a blender, and an incredibly unfocused level appeared from it. There was nothing but enemy challenges, as each gimmick only appeared once and were rarely appropriate or added anything, such as the quickman beams or water spouts. The constantly changing tile set was jarring, even if this was the point of the level. There needs to be some cohesion through a level, but we rarely ever saw the same enemy more than once, and certainly didn't find the level any more difficult as it went on. In order for a constantly changing environment like this to work, there needs to be something that stays the same throughout the anchor to anchor the player. Without it, the entire stage feels like a mess. Did there need to be a second exit? A token would have been enough. What a confusing mess that was. Anyway, let's actually talk to actual Pumpman. This place gives me the chills. I was on my way to the sewers, but I took a wrong turn and wound up here. And then I saw another Pumpman. He had my name, my shape, my weapon. But he's been dead and rusting here for years. I need to find some graffiti to clean. I don't know what's real anymore. I can give you a hug if that makes you feel any better. Number 168. Cycle Facility by Sharker the Shark. I have several questions when playing this level. Like, why do those combined tile sets look so ugly and inconsistent? Why do those canister items serve no purpose whatsoever? Why does it look like you can jump on those blocks, but you actually fall through them and die? Why is there an invisible platform to save you from falling into spikes? Why does it look like there would be a hidden room somewhere in a single laser section, only for that to be proven otherwise with tiles that have no collision for some reason? Why are there more invisible tiles that you can collide with? Is this level tested properly? There are positives, surely, but I have to cover the negatives first. And boy, are there a lot of them. If you're going to combine different tile sets, whether they fit the same theme or go for completely different ones, make sure they don't clash with each other. What's the purpose of these canister items? They don't raise you up, they don't blow up into hazardous pellets, they don't do anything interesting to speak of. You shoot them enough times and are gone. You don't see them again after this room, and I don't believe they even fit with your level theming. So why even add them? If you're going to implement tiles with no collision detection, especially over spike pits, make them transparent to complement that. That way they look like they are more in the background and there's no confusion. Or death. The trickster token in that same room has the opposite problem. It looked like you can use Rush Coil to save yourself from falling into spikes trying to get the token, only to then realize there's an invisible platform negating any challenge it could have had. Why? That's another thing that needs fixing. Make sure there are no unwanted invisible tiles to interact with. That token there is just one egregious example. Another example is the mini-boss fight that's laughably easy once you realize you can just stand on it and keep shooting. While we're on the topic of collision problems, or lack thereof, let's talk about that laser section, in which the laser itself thankfully doesn't kill you instantly. With a narrow tunnel that has no laser shooting through there, you would think that, with the help of Magnet Beam, you can go through there yourself to see if there's a hidden room with a second Trickster token, or maybe even one of the two energy elements, as risky as that may be. But no! Once you go through the empty slots, there are more tiles with no collision that you fall through that leads you nowhere. And if you don't have enough magnet beam energy or weapon tanks to refill it, you may as well restart. What I would suggest is add collision to all those tiles and maybe add a hidden room next to it with important collectibles inside. That, or you can instead add another laser that aligns with that narrow passageway, or just block it off entirely. So, if the token and element aren't there, then where are they? Well, guess what? There is an actual hidden room with those collectibles, among other goodies, under where the mini-boss is, or was, through the floor, by an invisible ladder so cryptic there's absolutely no indication that it's even there. And what even is this hidden room? SpongeBob Cave Eaten Alive Bulb Orb? What does that have to do with anything? Then there are a couple of instances of unfair enemy placements, with one of them being a couple of shield attackers in a room with a long, bouncy bubble platform that you can't avoid once one of them turns around after you jump over it. That is, if the other one doesn't despawn first. Another instance is after you transition, you're greeted to this walker enemy that is way too close for comfort, and can literally knock you back a screen. Other than those issues, and the fact that most of the enemies only appear once or twice and never again, all the other enemies are placed fairly, and the enemy choices are fine enough as they are. Plus, this devil boss at the end is an interesting choice. I wouldn't say it's the worst level in the contest, but man, I'm not going to mince words when I say that this facility is utter garbage to be in. Like Metal Shark Player's Recycle Lab, only more broken. I'm going to give Psycho Facility by Sharker the Shark 22 out of 100. This has been DanJo, the Mysterious, and thank goodness we're out of that trash heap. Unfortunately, there's plenty more trash to go through. Until we meet again,